Hello and welcome everybody, as we are here, we are HeflaTV, and we are just so happy to present Dota to you with joinDOTA League Season 3, the American Division 2, Mafia's Rhyme versus 2K Gaming in this 2-game series, all Peruvian matchup. My name is Coucher and joining me is HeflaMoke.
So happy.
So happy, man. So happy to have the night shift again.
Yay, night shift. For CET times, it's just perfect. But it doesn't matter, I woke up so late, so it's all good.
And well, I guess you are kind of just as clueless as I am about those two teams, because this is actually the first time joinDOTA League has Division 2 for America. First two seasons, I don't know why they didn't do it, maybe they didn't have enough admins or whatnot, but at least we're getting to know some new teams here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yesterday, even the day before, we had so many unknown teams. I had really no idea. I just recognized here and there some players because they already played stand-in for other teams. And yeah, we have to learn an entire new scene. Now even like so many Peruvian teams, so many US American teams are coming up in the JDL Season 3. So yeah, it's definitely a challenge for us.
But so far, it looks like both teams, at least as far as their bans go so far, completely standard, Lycan by Mafia Rhyme, 2K Gaming taking out the Brewmaster. Although the second ban, usually the first ban phase actually goes by pretty damn fast, you don't even need the reserve time, but 2K Gaming, they thought long and hard about the Doom ban.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so far everything is standard. Panda and Doom, well, you definitely don't want to have them. And the Lycan, of course. I mean, the funny thing is yesterday, I had one single game. A single game where Lycan was not first ban. And the funny part was he wasn't picked. Like,
Oh, really?
he wasn't picked. Nah, yeah, they waited and he got banned in 4th position, like in a second ban stage. So I really don't get it. Like, I don't think Lycan is justified anymore as a first ban material because, I don't know, so many teams just adapted to the playwise and the stats are against Lycan at the moment. Still, so many teams still ban him first time just straight out, and I really think it's a mistake.
Actually, I think I've casted 2 Lycans across the 2 last days, and both of them have lost as well. So yeah, I kind of I'm in the same boat with you, that the Lycan might be a little bit overhyped still. It's just the case that nobody wants to take the chance to actually experiment and not ban him out or something.
Yeah.
But 2K, well, they get their hands on also kind of an overrated hero, the Faceless Void. He also loses so many games.
Yeah, that's true, but I don't know, the Faceless Void, like, at least what I like is that the people or the teams overall, they went away from the idea of a safe lane Faceless Void. Like, the same goes for the Brewmaster, by the way. Like, if you've seen the last games, I don't know about the games you casted yesterday and today, I haven't watched them, but even the Brewmaster is now going more in the offline, more and more, just like the Void. So they played these heroes as utility heroes instead of just putting them safe or mid. And they just make space for, like, in my opinion, better picks, more value calls as such. I mean, because everything you need of the Brewmaster is, like, getting him XP, level 6. Like, even without a Ganem Scepter or anything, level 6 is definitely a support kill. Nothing can stop you at that point. That's the funny part. Like, nobody has, at that point of the first level 6, enough damage to get the Brewlings down. That's just a fact. So it should be an easy win. It's a lot of disable. You have 2 stuns, you have a Cyclone. Everything should be fine. You should be in and out in no time. Get that kill. And overall, all he has to do is like, okay, get that Aghanim Scepter together, and then let's see how the game goes. And then he, of course, can stack up some additional items on the main hero instead of the Brewlings. But that's pretty much it. And the same goes for the Void. Like, we see a lot of teams now putting him in the offlane. I think Navi, for example, sort of introduced this strategy first, and from there on everybody started it. Putting him there, nice chrono, external damage, done.
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue with you there, really. Faceless Void, otherwise, if he's in a carry role, he actually needs so many items to be relevant and just dish out damage himself into the chrono. It's just much easier to get him, like you said, in the top lane, just have that level 6, get that chronosphere, and just have other heroes help out with the damage, rather than the Faceless Void being just super stacked.
Yeah, absolutely. But we gotta look into the other picks. Like, we have Invoker on the other side, so it's a long time I've seen Invoker on a first pick. But yeah, in Peru, the Invoker seems to be still popular. Usually we see him, like, I don't know, a bit later delivered to the draft. Scarab Mage, one of those heroes that emerged out of 6.81. I definitely like it. I like him even more in combination with the Faceless Void because it's awesome synergy. The ultimate scales with 600,000, 1,400 damage value, plus minus, of course, magical resistance, but the Faceless Void holding the targets in place for the full duration of a Mystical Flare, and therefore, yeah. Unfortunately, we have them on opposite teams, which means Scarab Mage, we have to see if he gets some sort of setup, because, like, I mean, the slow is all cool, but that always doesn't guarantee, like, 100% damage value of the Mystical Flare. On the other side, we have Death Prophet, which means we have Exorcism, and I was talking about external damage. That is already one source. We have the Crypt Swarm, we have the Exorcism, and if the Death Prophet is alive and running all that, then the Chronosphere, whoever is in that Chronosphere, it's gonna hurt.
Man, I'm having some outworldly experience here. I was just thinking about the Faceless Void and how the Chronosphere helps against Invis. First of all, I thought, of course, about the Ghost Walk of the Invoker. But I was like, man, it's so good against Moonlight Shadow, and that's exactly what they pick up now. They go for the Mirana, and at the moment, if it's a support or carry, it doesn't really matter because they do lack the setup for it. Skyriff Mage, he has the concussive shot, but landing an arrow only with a concussive shot setup, it can be hard, so... What is your actual take on the Mirana? Is it still a strong hero, or why has it just kind of fallen off?
Well, the fishing for Arrow Mirana is kind of unpopular at the moment. Like, if you see her, then always with some sort of setup that starts, of course, with the traditional ones, with the Shadow Demon, with the Bane, or with the Earthshaker, like, which has been a bit more popular as of late. But completely without any stun, it's kind of hard. I mean, we still have the Invoker. We don't know what he's going for. Like, Quaswax would be always a nice setup. If you are actually practiced in it, you can set up a nice arrow directly into the tornado. You're still getting stunned even if you're in the air. Scarab Mage, you already said it. The slow, yeah, it makes it a lot easier, but then again, a long-ranged arrow, you can even dodge it, even if you're slowed. I don't know. Then Cold Snap, that would be maybe an option. Overall, the Mirana is still cool, just because of the Moonlight Shadow. Moonlight Shadow is just a strong spell, as well as, of course, Leap. She's getting out of a lot of trouble. Plus, like, I've seen as of late a lot of Miranans that actually manage to transition into a lot of damage, so the right-click power coming in, like, from the 30-minute on, and therefore, yeah, I think Mirana is still overall a decent hero.
Yeah, it's not too shabby as they go for the Viper as the fourth one, but 2K, they went for the Treant Protector, so... Going a couple of months back at the moment where that hero just used to be ridiculously popular. Of course, nothing about that hero was changed, I think, unless I just overlooked the changes, but Living Armor can still be so damn annoying. Especially, it helps out your off lane to stay alive so much. I mean, Faceless Void, sometimes they stun or just silence or something him so he can't really time walk away, but the Living Armor can actually buy him enough time to just escape from there.
Yeah, I mean, Living Armor can be a nice tool, but overall I think the Treant Protector is an outdated hero. Like, the tower healing doesn't really work anymore because the pushes are just too strong. The Living Armor early game, yes, it's a bonus, but the problem is early game is fast over, and even with or without Living Armor, sometimes you just lose your laning phase, and then the Treant Protector is just a useless support. Like, we've seen so many Treant Protectors, like, really being useless. The Overgrowth is just too weak of ultimate overall. It's mostly just used defensively, and till a Treant Protector even gets the initiation, as in either picking up the Nature's Guise and getting in position, or, like, getting a Blink Dagger, that takes so long. Yesterday I had one game where we had a Wisp plus a Treant Protector, and they actually made a lot of things possible in that game, gave them a nice advantage. That was Gigabyte Challenge, but that was, I don't know, a game or a Treant Protector out of the last 50 that I've seen fail. So Treant Protector, most people ignore that hero again, but here in Peru, 2K Gaming, they still pick it up. From time to time you see it also in Western teams. But let's see, Lich and Viper's coming out as well.
Yeah, I mean, Lich and the Treant Protector, those two actually, if you have Ice Armor, if you have enough levels on the Lich, means that those towers, it's really hard to bring them down. And Mafia Rhyme, they do have the Invoker's Forge Wheels to help out with the push, but that's about all they have. Maybe Mirana can transition into something like a Desolator to speed up the push, but that's, like you said, like 30 plus minutes. But
Yep,
I completely agree that the Treant he is only relevant like early to mid game, unless he gets a ridiculous amount of farm like Heaven's Halberd, whatever, just utility items to help out, maybe a crazy sheepstick. Although that is something just from a fantasy book or something, because that is not likely gonna happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Like that Dream Protector replaced by a Witch Dog, for example, would have been much nicer. We have Lich, Death Prophet already as external damage. We have then the Witch Dog as external damage into the Faceless Void Chrono. And if I look on the enemy team, like to be honest, if he gets an awesome Chrono up here, this is gonna be like really, really, really dangerous for Mafia because, I mean, Invoker starting not with the 2 great HP pool, Skywrath Mage anyway. Not like this guy is running around sometimes with 800 HP like 30 minutes into the game because like even the items he's going for mostly are not really appreciating HP pool gain. Mirana is pretty much the same. The item she's going for, like we have a lot of Mirana still going for face boost and directly the Maelstrom, and the only thing that I don't know gives you some sort of stats except for your base strength gain is the Aquila, which is like a little sidestep item, but that's it. Now with the Dragon Knight and Viper, we finally have 2 targets that are really, really tanky, so the Faceless Void is gonna have a hard time against those.
Yeah, and actually, does that mean that it's gonna be an aggressive trilane with Viper, Mirana, Skywrath, leaving Dragon Knight mid and Invoker safe lane for them? I mean, that's the most logical, I think. I mean, they could run something like an Invoker or Mirana offlane if they really wanted to, but I guess if you run Mirana offlane, that means one of the other 4. Or
this might be, I don't know, Dragon Knight or Invoker, they're gonna end up in mid. Against Death Prophet, I would actually say Invoker, just because he can. And the Viper could actually make an aggressive tri-lane, and the Dragon Knight just being alone in the safe lane.
But if they send the Dragon Knight safe lane, and it's up against a Faceless Void, that would mean that the Faceless Void usually, of course, struggles up against enemy tri-lanes when in the offlane. But in that 1v1 matchup, the Faceless Void would actually get quite a lot there done as well, especially if the Lich should be helping him out. But wow, we see a Kanka now.
Wow.
That combo is actually pretty damn sick with the Faceless.
Yep, Faceless Void. Like, they have nice combo in the Chrono. The problem is getting that Chrono through, because there is an Invoker, there's a Skywrath Mage, so we have 1 silence, we have a lot of other things coming out, and I just get a disconnect warning.
Wow, actually me too.
Yeah, auto disconnect. Is that Steam?
Oh, don't tell me, man.
No, like I don't. So. Oh, please don't tell me we have another Steam problem here. That would be.
It's fine for me now, but.
Yeah, it is. But.
Oh god, man, that gave me a fright.
Either way, they pick up the heroes, but yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting. To be honest, I think Mafia has to swap the heroes around so that whatever is the aggressive try, or even a dual lane would be possible here, or 2 dual lanes. I mean. But they need, I mean, they have ranged heroes. They have 3 ranged heroes, 4 actually, but one of them will be in mid. But I think the Faceless Void needs to be shut down just by the presence of those ranged heroes. And this is really important. I mean, the Kunkka, for example, is also a hero who's really, really vulnerable against Viper, for example. So if the laning is right here for MV, I think they can really shut down a lot of things on 2K's side. The Kunkka and the Void, as well as the Dream Protector, they won't get too much harass in, and they have to be really careful on the lanes with all this ranged presence. So ranged in this, I don't know, in this way, I think they are far superior here. So the laning is pretty much everything, I think.
Yeah, and speaking of the laning, do you think 2K is gonna run like 2-1-2 lanes here? Just Lich plus 1 on the off lane, somebody mid lane, and then the other 2 just taking up safe lane?
Possible. Absolutely possible. We have to see what they pick up. Lich is gonna have... Wait, who is he giving that ward? Like, one Observer ward is now on the Faceless Void. And the rest is still on the Lich, so the Lich and the Void definitely not gonna be in the same lane. So, Faceless Void alone on the safe lane and a aggressive try top would be your option. The Death Prophet is going, I don't know, for sure. Yeah, and now someone is asking... Someone having a bit like to. Yeah, I don't know. Like, since it's paused, I don't.
Yes.
English, please.
Go, admin. Go. Tell them.
It's kind of hard with the Peruvians actually because they don't speak too much English. That's also why they are so hated on the US American servers, and I don't know. let's see how it goes, where it goes, because
If it goes. And, well, I'm just hoping that we won't have to like re-host or something.
this is US East. We're playing on US East, so I don't know. I should be fine with my ping because like sometimes I play on US East and because of some friends, and I have like a up to 150 ms. That's like it is
It's not that
already.
bad.
Yeah, it takes still some adjustment. Like because I play on US what am I saying? On EU East and West I play with like a 15 ping, 15 to 20. And if
Holy
you play
crap,
then on
man.
150 it takes some adjustment with timings and everything. So well, but that being said, I don't know, we should be fine here as casters, I hope. Like sometimes on C servers casters even have problems because like when you're in Europe or in the US.
Well, even the players have problems in Southeast Asian servers, man.
That's true.
Oh.
But well, infrastructure. But yeah, the laning is coming out, and let's see what we got here because I don't know. They're shifting still 4 from back. Now we have 4 people heading towards the offlane at the moment. The Invoker, it's gonna be a safe lane Invoker, and do we really have the Dragon Knight in the mid?
Yeah, it
So I
looks
was
like
right
it.
after all. This is Mirana, Viper, and the Skywrath Mage as a try, and they're gonna face the Faceless Void, which means the Faceless Void won't get anything in this lane. Like this is the lane of death for him.
I
Like this.
actually think that it was a bad read by 2K about the laning situation of MV. I mean, were they really expecting somebody else to just appear solo in this off lane here for the dire side? I mean, it was rather obvious that it's gonna be an aggressive tri lane, I think. But then again, it's not like the Invoker is gonna have a fun time on this top lane up against the aggressive tri lane of 2K, especially since the Lich will be just denying those creeps and keeping the creep equilibrium towards their own tower.
Yep, pretty much. But yeah, as I said, this Void, he's not gonna find anything in this lane. There's just too much harass. There's an arrow, there's a possible poison attack first skill point in there. The Arcane Bolt come in. Like, there's just too much harass. But
On
then again,
top
also the
lane,
Invoker.
they're going already! Where's the Legion, man? No, he skilled living armor! Why didn't you wait for the perfect situation, Treant? If they had the lead sheet, would have been such an easy first plot there.
Yep. I don't know, like I guess they expected to go on level 2 instead of level 1. But like, if we had Frost Blast instead of the Sacrifice and a Living Armor, this Invoker would have been dead. This would have been a secured first blood.
I mean, of course, I understand Lich going for a sacrifice because you want to start doing it as soon as possible, but at the higher levels, every Treant just saves that first point to actually use it accordingly to the situations. But not happening, so missing the opportunity, although at least burning through some regeneration of the Invoker.
And look at mid, the Mirana. She's gonna try a fishing arrow here. A nice angle actually to land it. And it's flying. And it's landing.
That's huge, but Dragon Knight, he doesn't have a stun. No mana for the breathe fire, so Kwanka might be able to escape. The torrent is there to help out, but a little bit off target. Mirana, the right click. Oh, the stutter step wasn't enough. Oh god,
God.
they were close, but just not quite.
That's also why I don't understand the Dragon Knight putting already 1 point there in the Breathe Fire, because if you would have had the stun here, again, it would have been an easy kill. This is the second time we see a first blood, a potential first blood getting away because people just put their points into, yeah, something they can't really utilize at that point. Like the Breathe Fire got him like 1 CS in comparison to a first blood bonus. That's not even worth the comparison because it obviously wins. Either way, look at the bottom lane, like the Void really just there to pick up some small amount of XP. That's pretty much it. But then again, they're pushing the lane, so there's not much lane control coming out of the Viper and the Wraith King. Just some harass damage here and there. But yeah, the Void is gonna get some XP, but CS, no go.
And he has 1 deny. What more do you want of him?
Yeah, 1 deny. That's crazy.
Actually, saw in the previous game I casted, the Faceless Void in the offlane was like 0.05 minutes into the game or something. He had a reasonable amount of XP, was like level 4 at the time or something, but like literally 0 lasted. And that's exactly what we might be facing here as well now.
Yep, absolutely. We have to see where this goes. I mean, so far 3 minutes and 2 pretty much given away first blood attempts, but I mean, they're still looking for it. Even the Mirana now smoked. This is actually an awkward position where he is right now, but maybe he's looking for the courier. The courier is already upgraded. That's the problem. Like a courier snipe beyond the 3rd minute when you can upgrade it, it's kind of hard. Now the tree on top, he has finally the leech seed. Now some 4 from back hits, but I don't know, or Cold Snap on the Death Prophet. It's just gonna be harass damage, but still, like, he's driving him out a lot.
Actually, the timing of the cold snap was really nice because the creep wave was coming in, helping get
Look in the mid.
additional.
They go on a Kunkka. This is gonna be our first blood. No, it's not.
Oh, there's a
That's
haste
the
on
haste
Dragon Knight
shot.
at the torrent. Oh, beautifully timed, but Dragon Knight dodges it, and well, finally he gets himself that first blood.
Yeah, but only with the help of this haste rune. This haste rune just made sure this is happening. Without the haste rune, that would have been a horrible disaster because the Kunkka really nice in dodging, really nice timing on the bubble charge use. So, yeah. But first blood finally, 4th minute. It took them some time, an execution, and they both lost a lot of HP on the way too.
Wow, and actually look at the Invoker's farm. He's sitting at 12 and 4, which with the Death Prophet being 16 and 4. And he's up against an aggressive trial, and yet he's farming so damn well. Whereas Marshall, the Faceless Void, he's only 1 and 1. So
Yeah.
I mean, this Invoker, how is he doing this? Of course, I guess the aggressive trial isn't nearly as aggressive there.
No, the Trident is not aggressive at all. Like, it really doesn't deserve the title of aggressive Trident at the moment. The problem is we have only a level 2 Crypt Bomb. It doesn't do much, plus he spammed it more or less for the CS. Then the Invoker, of course, he has now, like, the 4 bubbles of Quas up, which means he has a 7.2 HPS, which just keeps him in lane. Like, even if there's a Dream Protector coming in with like 2 hits plus Leech Seed and a level 1 Ice Blast of Frost Blast, I mean, it's not enough. And now actually it's level 2 Frost Blast, but still it's just 100 damage nuke. Like 100 damage if you count the HPS in, and plus he has even tangos. The Invoker just needs to step back for a couple seconds and then he can come back to lane.
Oh man, they're definitely giving too much breathing space to the Invoker here. And he's actually, well, going for Quas Vex, which means he wants to be able to disrupt people outputting damage into the Chronosphere as much as he possibly can. Like, if Faceless Void comes in, puts down the Chrono and doesn't catch the Invoker, Invoker can just set down the EMP, for example, making Faceless Void back off from there. Or just tornado everybody up in the air so they can't just go berserk with their spells. And all in all, I think MV, they're doing well on every single lane. Invoker, he is behind the last hits of the Death Prophet, but considering he's up against 3 heroes, he's still kind of winning his lane.
Yeah,
Mid lane, Dragon Knight definitely winning, and well, off lane, the same case, Viper just excelling at his farm.
Like, the Invoker is winning his solo lane. We can pretty much say that because a 13-4 versus a 17-4 on the farmer, and that against the tri-lane, that's absolutely sick. It's really sick. And then in comparison to the solo lane on their side, like, the Void is 1 and 1 right now. He is gonna do side pull, he stacked it, but the funny part about a side pull is, if he does that, then there will be a Skyroth Mage, he's gonna harass him out. Even the Viper, if the Viper is responding to that, they get the entire XP of that. Maybe the Voiders get some shared XP, but the CS will definitely go on MV's side. And they can go fully aggressive, because what can a Void do? There's nothing a Void can do. Like, with the level 2 Time Walk, you might actually escape, but that's pretty much it. Like, there's no aggressive aspect to it at all. Like, all you can do is stay in range, soak that XP, and that's pretty much it. By the way, I've been talking about in the mid that they committed a lot of HP and mana to it, but the DK has been so lucky now, like finding directly after a regeneration rune, so he can pretty much go into the mid, fully regened, so it should be all good. I wonder what he's going for though. He has 1,100 gold, so is he gonna, I don't know. I hope he's not going greedy. A Midas on DK?
Wow. I've only seen it a handful of times, I think. It's definitely not a common item build. It depends on, I think, whether their team wants to go greedy as a whole. Although Invokers, they usually go for Midas if they're Exort. Quas Vex just want the fast Orchid as fast as you can get it, more or less. But I'm still thinking he's just holding them up. Maybe finish up like Magic Wand and Power Trade or something.
Yeah. To be honest, I'd like to see him, of course, just having rather like a little rush into stats, because, or maybe even, like yesterday I casted a DK with a Blink Dagger, and after the game, when I really thought about it, like the Blink Dagger on a DK is actually a really nice tool, much better than the Shadow Blight, to be honest. And I don't know, maybe he's gonna go for that. It would be a nice initiation, and all they need is Dragon Tail stun into Arrow, and then later, of course, we still have a lot of other things to follow up, another slow, etc., etc. So, I don't know, let's see. But first of all, we have some reconnect problems. Like, the funny part is, like, we play on very convenient servers for them, but apparently the Peruvian internet is not as stable as we might want it to be.
We don't even know what he's actually doing. Maybe he's restarting his computer and hasn't even started Dota yet, so we don't even know whether he's gonna reconnect or anything. They just don't give us any updates either. They're just like, everybody's sitting in silence. The admin asks something, he gets ignored. Standard Dota.
Yeah, and we just sit here and we have to guess our way around. That's pretty much it.
At least they aren't just spamming the chat with languages unknown to most men.
Hey, it's Spanish. It's pretty much known to everyone, like to a lot of people on this planet. But yeah, he just reconnected. He should be back in just a second. Let's just hope we can actually commence this game.
The admin should say like, okay, I got my answer. But I mean, really, why would you not answer the admin? Just, where's the respect? Где respect?
Maybe to be honest, he was the one who was also talking English before. Maybe he's the only one in that squad who is actually able to talk English.
Oh, that's ironic.
Yeah, yeah, but it might be actually the case.
Another
there's
arrow.
long
Fishing.
arrow. But no, it's not gonna connect.
Could have been beautiful. Actually, Kanka, he has a really nice strength gain. I mean, yes, he has +6 strength from the one gauntlet, as well as 3 iron branches, but still sitting at almost 1000 XP, not XP, HP, at level 5. I mean, Kanka is just such a tanky hero overall.
Yep, absolutely. But I'm really curious. Like, I mean, we are already at 5 minutes, so this tri-lane top here, it definitely needs to step up. They need to go on the Invoker. The problem is the Invoker is almost level 5 now, or like he is actually level 5 already. Level 6 will come pretty much soon, and I don't know, he has all the utility he needs to just get rid of that tri-lane. If they actually start to go on him, they can just go, but oh, we have to go bottom here. They want to go for that void.
Well, can they actually get it? He still has time walk. The silence comes out. Will it be enough? Viper. He doesn't have the Viper strike the damage. The living armor actually keeping him alive. Time walks over the trees but comes back. He blocks the Skyref Mage. He's going for the man fight. Can he backtrack enough? Nope. The last right clicks finish him off. I mean, cute try, but in the end just fed.
I don't know why he didn't use that time walk just to get a Y in the trees. He used it in a, I don't know, in a very obvious spot. Like, I mean, in that spot you were not getting a Y. This was not a defensive time walk. This was just to get in position and maybe sneak that kill off the Skyref Mage. In the end, he paid for it because he lost the man fight. For obvious reasons, because the Arcane Bolt, unless you backtrack it, it's a huge chunk of damage. He already had like 200 HP, and the last right click even, the last one wasn't even, it was not even an Arcane Bolt, it was really just a right click coming in there, so, I don't know. But the Void is back, I mean, after all, he's level 5. As I said, the Viper, it has, like, been pushing this lane, and therefore...
Mirana gets caught, the Frostblast is there as well, leech it to follow up. He's only level 1! He's so close to level 2, but no leap for her, and... Well, finally, 2k, they get 1 kill on the board. I mean, much needed for them as well, but...
Yeah, but this wasn't even, like, a really... I don't know, this wasn't a kill they actually worked for. This was just a... Oh, look, there's Mirana, level 1 without leap. Let's just go for it. I think they should have just left this Invoker alone here, because he's farming well. I mean, look at this Invoker, 1,500 gold. Like, his starter items absolutely remain. He did not have to change anything.
Yeah, it's
so far
pretty ridiculous, to be honest. And the thing with this is that since it was a tri-lane, Death Prophet is actually a lot behind the levels of the Invoker. So the support, they can't really even go rotate around, because if they leave the Death Prophet solo, the Death Prophet is just going to get wrecked by this Invoker now. So they're kind of committed to the lane, which they're gaining nothing out of. So in the long run, it's just going to hurt them so bad, especially since the tier 1 tower mid lane is going to lose his life probably.
Yep, definitely. The DK is going to get it, but there's some rotations. Oh, the arrow was looking for the TP, but nope, not working. I think the timing would have been off too, but it doesn't really matter. To be honest, I think with what they got at the moment, I think they should keep the pressure up. I mean, the DK ulti still is there for a long time, which means you can chip away that tower. Corrosive Breath is up, of course. It's a nice dot, but now, maybe now we have a rotation. Too bad the supports actually leave the DK. Maybe they want to get some pressure here bottom, but... Oh, there's the silence on the Void there. Go for him, and the arrow! He actually hits, but they need the Viper Strike. Or the Chrono. The Chrono could still save him. He has the mana, but the DK is coming.
Well, can you get the stun though? Yes, of course you can. The Elder Dragon form, increased range. Oh, the Breathe Fire doesn't get backtrack, unfortunately, for the Void. And well, Easy
Again,
kills.
I don't know why he didn't use the chrono, because like the chrono, it's a okay-ish cooldown. It's just 120 seconds, so 2 minutes of not using that chrono. Like the time he needed to walk back to the base, there like almost 1 minute gone by the time he's back to any lane, and then just 1 minute more, like saving himself there instead of getting that kill on the DK, who's already decently farmed. Now finish up the drums. I think that would have been better, because at the moment they got 2 towers. They really start to snowball here because they can just keep going. I don't know who's gonna be the mech carrier. Is that actually the Viper? Because so far, yeah, he just started to buy. Buckler and Headdress are done in the stash. And yep, if they want to, they can just keep going. 15 seconds on the DK ultimate. Why not going for the tier 2?
I mean, this Dragon Knight is so stacked. He has drums, power treads, 9 minutes into the game, and even finds a lucky double damage rune now. I mean, he's been really lucky overall with the runes, like you pointed out earlier already. Getting the haste rune to get the first blood, and straight after that finding the regen rune. And Invoker, he actually did go for the Hand of Midas. EMP Tornado on the 2 supports as well.
Why not? I mean, the Invoker really has all the time in the world, because 2K, they don't release their tri-lane. They're still having, like, those supports are absolutely useless at the moment, because the only thing they do is make sure that the Invoker doesn't overkill the Death Prophet. But when it comes to defending something, rotating, getting ganks, or doing like any sort of roaming, it's not working at all.
Death Prophet joins the fight, silence, stunned, bursted down. X marks the spot though, can they get the torrent, follow up the torrent a little bit too late? There's the Chronosphere, but Viper, he's pretty damn tanky. Mystic Prayer coming out as well. Marshall needs to get out of their Viper. No mech on him yet, but still survives, has a healing cell, pops it. Can they get some
There's the
kills
arrow.
though?
Oh, 2 seconds. No, it's not enough. But look at them. They all have to retreat just by the presence of the DK.
I mean, that TP in by the Death Prophet, it was just bad. Just straight out bad, to be honest. The team wasn't there close enough to help. I mean, I would have understood if he TP'd into like this position or something. The max range towards his own base, but he TP'd in front of the tower where nobody was there to help him.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, TPing directly into 4 people there, I don't know, he expected his team to be earlier there, but I don't know, what do you expect? 777 HP, that's all you got. And also a Death Prophet with Arcane Boots, like, I mean, getting sustain in this team, yes, it's good, so you can keep going for the Crypt Swarm, etc. But, I mean, there is still the tree should be rushing the Arcanes instead, and the Lesh should be, like, for that time being at least, take care of wards and whatnot. But, I mean, Arcane Boots on, I don't know, on the Death Prophet, I haven't seen that in a long, long time, and I think it's really a bad decision. But now in mid, we have Invisibility Rune. What do they go for? 4 targets.
Oh, the X marks the spot actually. Oh, Skydive Mage is probably gonna go down the torrent. It actually misses. Oh my freaking god, are you kidding me? Lich just goes down immediately to the Dragon Knight. They are trying to chase him down. Skydive Mage actually does fall, but Viper, he's joined the fight. He has the mech as well if need be. Exorcism, it just doesn't do enough damage at this point in time. Dragon Knight gonna get the kill. Ghost Ship will miss everybody, and now he's the next in line. Just right click down. No Nature Skies, and well, it's gonna be a 2-for-1 in the end probably. Oh, the last right clicks, he's still healing up. The lead sheet is gonna follow him. Oh man, the ghost buff.
He's going back and he's getting killed by a catapult. Oh, this is really too bad. The corrosive breath actually ticked him down to a HP value where a catapult with it the 4D attack is just enough to kill him. So that was really bad. I think if he would have ran further there, that might have been his life in safe waters, but I don't know. Either way, it's just not working out what 2K is trying to achieve here. MW, they put up a real good like execution because they know exactly what they got on each hero. They won all 3 lanes, and to be honest, like if I was MW, I would not stop this because right now they have 2K on their throat, and all you have to do is squeeze right now and suffocate your enemy. That's all they gotta do. Like 2K, they have to make a huge and bold move to get out of this, yeah, I don't know, really awkward position, to be honest.
What they need is like 3 men in the Chronosphere followed by the Ghost Ship or something like that to actually get the kill. And they need to be able to burst down the Viper so he can't activate his mech afterwards. Something close to that is what they need at the moment, I think. I mean, just look at the graphs. It's more than a 10,000 gold lead in a 12-minute game. And XP, it's not that big of a difference, but it's just gonna keep on getting bigger, I think, as the game goes on.
And also, like, I also don't like the attitude what they put up here. Like, just a random pause, and nothing else is happening. The admin is asking for the reason. Then the other side, that's the funny part, MV is replying to what 2K is doing. I don't know. Then he's writing sorry, G, and now, yeah, well, we finally continue. It doesn't really matter. I'm not even interested in what the reason is. The fact is, like, we have a game, and a very solid game here by MV. They look just, like, way ahead of this game, and yeah, I'm pretty sure they can go for another tier 2 tower. I mean, 2 more towers are there, and look at the DK. The DK in an absolutely solo act here, just going for that tower in the mid, just chipping it away. There is a siege engine, plus of course the corrosive breath that brought the tower to 377 HP. So this tower is well prepared for the next time they want to go. We have the Void now farming here on the safe lane bottom, but he has to be careful because there is, yeah, Scarab Mage. He's doing exactly the right thing. He's preparing to take over absolutely map control. So they are offensive ward. They secured Roshan side. They secured even whatever rotation is coming in the enemy jungle. And the funny thing is, every time you put an observer, he put a sentry right next to it, just in case there is something else.
Towards the spot, Torrent connects on the Dragon Knight, but he is tanky enough. But he has a double damage rune bottled up. His ultimate isn't cool enough for another 12 seconds. I think when the Elder Dragon form comes up, that's when they fight. Or when they hit this arrow, it connects on the Kanka. Oh, Dragon Knight, are you gonna run in? The Dragon Tail is there as well. Do they have enough first? Marshall comes in. Beautiful chrono with the Chain Frost to follow up. Can't actually win the fight, Dragon Knight. He's gonna go down. The Chain Frost still does damage. Oh my god. Well, the stars just aligned, and they can even get the tier 1 maybe with the Exorcism.
Oh, what a chrono! Like, you can say this Kunkka baited it in. He was eating that arrow just to get them out of their safe tier 1 tower. But this Ice Blast was just best value Ice Blast of all times. Like, 3 people in the chrono, no creeps next to it, no nothing where the Ice Blast the Chain Frost could, like, just bounce to. And in the end, just all 3 of them got wrecked within the chrono. Well, that's the danger of a Void. So finally, 2K is taking a strike back. This really helped them, to be honest, because if that fight didn't happen, and we could have just gone for a tier 2 tower, maybe systematically, getting the other top tower down, because that one is also almost on 50% HP, and then just saying hello to high ground. They had all the means necessary. But now, to be honest, with this fight, we are heading towards something we can call, like, yeah, less of an advantage for MV.
Yeah, they kind of baited themselves in there, of course. There wasn't an Elder Dragon form, so trying to go for the fight was a little bit too opportunistic. I don't think they had a Viper there as well, so no mech for them to fight. But now top lane, oh, EMP catches Kanka, Breed Fire comes out to help, and Engineer roll.
Yep. This is also the first time we see the Invoker in this game. That's like I'm serious. Like, his stats like are 0-0-1. He has 70-23 as CS stats. He is almost leading with that. He was a solo laner versus a tri-lane, and yep, they go for the tier 2 tower. There will be no contest whatsoever. In the mid, actually, we have the Viper going for the tower, but at the moment he's taking more or less care of the living armor being just gone. And I don't know, MV, maybe they rotate now in the mid, or maybe they make even some sort of split push attempt that DK is going for the tier 3 while the Viper is just chipping away this tower. And yes,
yeah, just barely misses, but the Mystic Flare comes out, the Tornado catches only the Lich. Time walk out as the Exorcist goes in. They don't coordinate it at all, and now the Cold Snap onto the Death Prophet should go down. Viper somehow still alive. Overgrowth a little bit too late, but now they get the Chrono no damage follow up. The Torrent is there, the Go Ship. Oh, Viper, he's still somehow alive. Finally goes down his Mirana. Right clicks are coming, but it's only a Krieger. It's only a Lich, the Chain Frost. Bouncing reasonably well, but in the end, he will just fall as the Chain Frost gets directed to the creeps instead. Although it's still bouncing around, are you kidding me? 10 HP on the Skyrap.
Yep, the Skyrap Mage actually now being being slowed. That creep could have killed him, but unfortunately, the creep just didn't get the Skyrap Mage. To be honest, like, it's a bit unlucky because the Chrono was awesome again, but the Chain Frost was not ready at this point. Like, it came online like 5 seconds later after the Chrono. That could have turned this fight, but again, to be honest, the biggest problem is really the Death Prophet with his 900 HP, the mech not done yet, going for this fight, like going super, I don't know, super YOLO with the Exorcism. I don't know, the entire team wasn't really arrived in that mid lane, and he just goes, tanks it, and it was really Cold Snap and right clicks. That's all they needed against the Death Prophet.
Yeah, they definitely didn't coordinate that, especially since their prophet, he popped his exorcism just as the Faceless Void actually time walked out of the fight. So he had to just run all the way back in, so that took its time already. And like you said, once the Chrono came, the just follow-up wasn't there. It was a little bit too late. It could have been beautiful once again, but not quite. And of course, Exorcism being only level 1, the damage difference between level 1 and level 2 Exorcism is actually so huge because it's only 4 spirits on level 1, whereas it's 12 spirits on level 2. So it's just more or less tripling the damage output.
Oh, well, yeah, I was just amused by the chat. Why do you pronounce DK as DK? Maybe because it's a D and a K. But, well, I don't know if you read this, but it's pretty hilarious. Like, why do you pronounce DK DK? Either way, like, to be honest, what I was missing is that really the Death Prophet.
Orchid Cold Snap, but he might not get the kill. The Lich is there. The Lich is just standing. Finally goes for the Chain Frost, but what was the Lich waiting for? Didn't get the Ice Armor or anything. Now Tornado up on the Death Prophet. Who is Ancient Sealed up? Oh, Torrent. Will there be a boat? Do they even need it? Nope. Another Frost Blast gets the kill, but
that was kind of ballsy by the Invoker, like diving almost under their tier 3 tower just to get a 3 kill, but he was surrounded by 4 other people. That was a bit too risky. I don't know, it's the first time that the Invoker actually makes a move. I mean, that should be, I don't know, his first kill, first death, and yeah, before he got even his second assist. So yes, he's finally in the game, but the first move he really made in that game, like a solo move, was kind of questionable. But I mean, after all, it's a 1-1 trade. Maybe not the best trade you want to do, but still, it's it's all good. To be honest, I think 2K is still not out of this game because like the chronos so far are pretty nice, and we didn't really manage to spread properly in their fights. So the chrono always hit at least 3 people. With the Ice Blast, Boat, Torn, Axmark and everything, like they can really make something happening. The only thing I really miss, and the only thing that's missing in their execution, is the Death Prophet being alive while the chrono is running, because that damage would be insane. But so far, each and every chrono has been without the Death Prophet. We had bot, where he just instantly died. We had now in the mid, where he died before the chrono came. So if they get this together, but oh, Moonlight Shadow, top.
Yeah, the chrono, oh, it actually catches him. They have vision thanks to it, but the silence is there on Marshall. Nope, they're not gonna keep the Dragon Knight alive. Oh, he actually gets the BKB, somehow still alive, but final field will fall down. I think the BKB might have been a mistake, or is it the Mystic Flare? Krieger, he drops low, but somehow still alive. The mech, I think it came out, as now Skyrift, the Chain Frost final comes out. Will it bounce enough? Nope, actually only 2 bounces. The Viper though, running into the Exorcism, not the best of ideas. Oh, come on, run away, Spirits. Can they get them 20 HP? Yeah, he goes down. He had the Aegis though, and the Corrosive Skin takes down the Death Prophet.
The catapult, actually. The catapult again finished him off, and then he just ticked over by the corrosive. So it's the second time we see a catapult actually trying to secure the kill.
And the Dragon Knight did not in the end go down. I thought like maybe popping the BKB was a mistake because he was dead anyway, but somehow he just outran them, and he did actually go for a Blink Dagger now. It is just coming out to him from the courier.
Yep, absolutely, and oh well. This is Rex. This is Rex, because without the chrono, I think they can just chip away this Rex without any problem. It should be absolutely fine. Like, what can stop them? Overcrow will be ready now, but I don't know, Crypt Swarm just to drive them out. Yep, the Rex is definitely down. And I don't know, maybe they are greedy. I want to go for the range, but I don't think they need to.
Yeah, they're going for kills instead. Viper Strike up on the Death Prophet. Mech comes out immediately, and actually Marshall, with the Mask of Madness, wants to go for the Viper. Might be able to. Oh, come on, Ghost Ship coming out as well with the Torrent to connect on the Mirana. They will actually get that kill. 3 heroes down. Dragon Knight just died to the Ghost Ship damage. And now Rhino Chuan on the run. Silences up on Marshall, but X marks the spot, brings him back. So they just gave away 4 kills for melee Rex, but it's not the end of the world.
That was pretty greedy. I mean, no, it wasn't. That's the funny part. It wasn't even giving away 4 kills for the melee Rex. It was 4 kills for staying around after you got the melee Rex. I mean, the range Rex is such a, I don't know, a Rex nobody should really care about. All you want is you go in, you get the melee Rex if you can. If you can't, you do as much damage to the range Rex. That's how it goes. That's how the current meta with the Rex changes is. And I don't know, staying around for this range Rex and fighting, even getting some hits here and there from the tier 4 tower and risking, I don't know, coming in that, like getting in that boat and the X mark the spots, like being, I don't know, X mark, like under tier 4 tower damage, that's quite insane. But either way, they get 4 kills, which keeps them sort of in the game. Then again, I don't know. And we still having the advantage. Looking at the crafts, like 10 minutes later after the first time we did, 5k still for MV even after that fight. But look at the gold. The gold is just insane.
Yeah, they've had such a huge lead for a long period of time already. I mean, 12 minutes in, was around 10,000 already, and I mean, XP, it's still not a huge difference, only 5k, was nearing 7.5. But top lane Dragon Knight, never mind. I felt like I saw minimap icons running towards him, but he backs off in time.
Yeah, definitely. And now we gotta see what they want to do next. I mean, the execution so far, except for this like little sloppy play in top, has been fine. And I think they can go for more if they want to. The only downside is, of course, whatever fight is coming next, it's gonna be a fight with a lot of ultimates up on both sides. And 2K can show us the first time that their draft, their plan, the whole strategy behind this draft can work out. We have Overgrowth, we have Chain Frost, of course we have Exorcism and Chrono. So it really, really hurts. Like Ghost Ship, I mean, I'm not even mentioning this cooldown because it's just a 50-second cooldown. Sometimes we see it even twice in a fight. But yeah, now MV's positioning is going to be crucial for whatever they're going to do. And it looks like they're waiting for a pickoff first. The Invoker is going to be... Yeah, the Invoker is going to be the guy who's just, you know, looking around, scouting it out, and let's see if he finds someone who dares to go out of 2K. But look at them. They're just guarding their base at the moment. This is Turtle Gaming 2K.
If I was them, I wouldn't dare go out, really. It's just, what awaits you? Only death. Like an Invoker just scouting for you, probably with Ghostwalk or something.
If you say 2K Gaming, 2K MMR Gaming confirmed. That's mean. That's mean.
Shots fired.
Yeah, shots fired. A lot of shots fired. But no, look, MV though. They have a lot of respect. I mean, look at this. They're not going close to the space because they know exactly if that Void catches like 3 people in that Chrono, that's at least 2 of them down just by the Chain Frost. To be honest, like the first one, the first Chain Frost Chrono combination we saw was quite sick because it was only 3 targets and full bounces on all 3 of them. The second Chain Frost we saw just in the top fight, it was very unlucky. Like there were 100 targets next to the primary target, but the problem is it bounced to the furthest target away, the target that was already running out of range for this even secondary bounce. And then obviously Viper, he was the secondary target and had nothing around to keep the bounces up. So that was really, really unlucky for the Lich. Otherwise, also the top fight might have been a more equal trade. Either way, I think they decided to go for some sort of split push. Invoker being top, pushing that creep wave in, and then, I don't know, maybe they can make the DK tank a lot of things. Maybe the DK in Dragon form, chipping away slowly that tier 3 tower, applying corrosive, and then just staying spread in the background. But let's see. It's pretty much a patient game at the moment. Like, who dares to go out first?
I mean, I was expecting as well, or maybe not expecting, but thinking that the Dragon Knight can just Elder Dragon form blink in and BKB just create the space for them to actually go and win the teamfight or something. Or just make 2K react with all the spells on the Dragon Knight, who is almost impossible to kill, at least when his BKB is activated. But they're definitely playing it safe at the moment, just pushing in all the lanes, farming up the jungle, and if they continue like this, they're just gonna at some point have so much farm that there's nothing the 2K can do about it anymore. It's just not too fun to watch to see the farming game like for a potential of like 15 plus more minutes from now on. And I mean, DK, if you like, I don't know how to even say it, but if you say the D longer, it's like DK, but if it's DK, you pronounce it shorter or something. I don't know if it makes sense. It's like DK versus DK.
So it's the length of the D?
Yeah.
Seriously? That's why what this guy is going...
I think
my
so.
God.
I mean,
so
shouldn't be like... Decay is the thing that happens when you die and you start like...
Obviously I know what decay is, but it's... I don't know, I'm saying decay. DK.
Yeah, it should be. I mean, I don't know how else to say it.
I don't know what he's on about, but it doesn't really matter. Like, these are... I'm not gonna go in a linguistic argument with someone. It doesn't really matter. But either way, like, look at this. They're just...
Oh, X marks the spot! Can they set up the kill? Torrent to follow up. Skyriff Mage, he gets got. Nope. Yules.
Heals.
Perfect
Nope,
timing.
nothing's
Oh,
ready for
arrow
him,
connects
but
on Death
arrow.
Prophet. Come on, guys, go in. Blink, Dragonite. Go, 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 go. Pussies.
Nope. The funny part is, look what they do. Like, they do just split push on 3 lanes. They keep everything pushed in, and 2K can't really respond. The Invoker did 50% damage on the bottom tier 3, while they had that little scuffle around the top lane. Now Mirana's pushing top. We have 3 mid, and Invoker just going back just to be careful. But yeah, he's going back, pushing out the new lane. 2K has to make a move, otherwise they just keep on losing.
The buildings really aren't even taking any damage. Oh, they're going in Chronosphere. They make the first move. Viper. Moonlight Shadow comes out as well. BKB Blink by the Dragonite Chain. First bouncing around. Does a reasonable amount of damage, but now it bounces completely the wrong direction. Viper though drops low. Actually goes down to the Exorcism, which is level 2 now. And Dragonite is BKB already on cooldown. Mirana has to run away as well. Exorcism still keeps on chasing him. They win the fight, at least for the time being. Treant does go down though. And now X marks the spots on the Skyraf. Marshall just aggressively time walks in, and they get 3 kills. They defend. And well, is Dragonite gonna re-engage into it?
I don't know. I don't think it's a good idea. Like, that was actually quite a decent fight. I mean, they were pretty low in HP and mana, but nevertheless, like, this fight, I think it was the best they could get out of it. And the good thing is, nothing else took damage in the meantime. Like, that Invoker joined the fight in the mid because they were expecting that they somehow turn this fight around. He could have gone for more split push. Like, he could have gone on that bottom tower. The Creep was actually in position to do that. But then again, he was like, yeah, no, we're gonna win that fight. So, I don't know, 2K, they're turtling this quite well. But I don't know if you can turtle it forever. Because the problem is MV is controlling 2/3 of the map. And as long as that's the case, the farm will just be always on their side. So you can turtle as much as you want. Like, sooner or later, your towers are just gonna take damage. Roshan is back up. They're gonna take this Roshan. That means also Aegis coming their way. And to be honest, even if they lose 2 more or 3 more fights, just, you know, hovering around their base, there will be a third Roshan, a Roshan with Cheese, and then, I don't know, holding your base in this turtle mode against Cheese and Aegis, that won't be possible. I don't think so.
Riddle me this, by the way. Why is the Treant Protector not giving living armor to the tier 3 tower on this bottom lane?
Good question. That is a good question.
Yeah, I thought like, okay, maybe he wants to heal up heroes before or something, but it's been at least a solid minute since there hasn't been a single living armor there. Oh, finally comes out. Yes, yes. Thank baby Jesus.
Now maybe he was listening to the stream, but yeah, it's really strange. I mean, the funny part is, I guess the Dream Protector, he was used to the fact that the towers and everything went so fast down this game. He was like, oh damn it, I'm not needed anymore. But it comes down to the fact what I just said in the draft. Like, Dream Protector in this game, he was really just useless. Like, the only time he had really like a nice living armor on anyone, that was in the mid when the gank on the Kunkka happened. So that one was pretty much prevented, and the Kunkka could stay on his lane. That's all cool and everything, but he never had a chance to heal up a tower whatsoever. Everything was just nuked down, and yeah, now it's all about their base. Maybe now he's starting to actually play a role in this game, merely for the fact that every time they, strike back on MV's pushes here, they can heal up the towers. So maybe the turtle mode is actually working.
At the moment, I mean, it's a rare thing for me to actually hope to see like Shadow Shaman, Master Serpent Wards and Death Prophets on the dire side or something like that. Some crazy push. Because of course they just aren't falling. Ice armor plus living armor. But oh, they want to go in. Chronosphere, where is it, Marshall? No, he time walks in, but backs off
immediately. This was a Moonlight Shadow bait, but...
Oh man, there's the stun. Mystic Flare to follow. Faces Void, he has buyback, he has to pop it immediately if they want to fight. BKB activated on Dragonite as well. The Ghost Ship is flying, this Chain Frost as well. The Ghost Ship just barely misses, and Viper, he is gonna go down in there. Marshall, he joins it. Will he go for the Chrono? Might catch 2, and that's exactly what he does. The Tornado actually stops the damage from coming out. Silence and Blink, they're gonna get the Death Prophet, so no Exorcism, no damage output anymore. Rhinochuan, he still has his Aegis, so even if he goes down, he's gonna come back, and they are overwhelming the side of 2K now, finally.
This is too much. This time they got it. Now they follow here the poor Death Prophet. Like, he's really trying, but with the slow of the Dragon form, I don't think he can make it out of here. But with the Kunkka, maybe, but also the Kunkka now being silenced here, and the Cold Snap is doing so much damage. Like, look at it, it will be enough, and a Tornado, beautifully done here by the Invoker. He's getting so much damage though from the... Oh my god, he's running for the tier 4 towers, just getting nuked down, and the Lich is actually finishing, getting a mega kill here on his way, but I'm so sorry. Lich, you can't really defend this, like a Lich against...
Well, he's going for Aghanims.
Oh, well. The Arganis won't change anything, like the bounces, I don't know, even unlimited bounces. The problem is not that the bounces were limited or anything, it's more... Oh god, the Overgrowth! He just missed the Overgrowth on a Mirana. But what did he want to do with the Overgrowth anyway?
But the Rex still stand! Rex are still up!
Yeah, but the Lich just ate a 5-second arrow. But either way, I mean, MV is losing quite some players here, but overall this engagement was, with how many buybacks on 2K's side? I think 2 or even 3. Yeah, it was 3. The Conqueror, the Death Prophet, and the Void, all 3 bought back, and that means MV, they can just come back one more time. This time, 2K will stand there without any buybacks, and that will pretty much break their neck.
Yeah, and finally with the last fight as well, the graphs are actually still going steeper in the way of MV. Goldgraph now has surpassed the 20k mark, XP around 12 to 13,000 as well. Mirana picks himself up a Heaven's Halberd, tanking up, and well, even Necro level 1 picked up from Invoker. Well done, man, well done, just finally getting some proper push items.
Yep, absolutely. And now also with the AC, like all the items we got at the moment on MV make it yeah, they make it so easy for them to push as well. So I don't know. Also the Skywrath Mage. I mean, look at the Skywrath Mage. This is, he got so much farm. Level 13, and Yule's done. Now he's going for ultimate or whatever that is gonna be, but he's not gonna finish that item. I think the game is faster done. But now maybe they want to go for the DK because they know the DK is alone, and he blinks away, but X mark the spot, brings him back.
Oh, he did pop the PKB as well, and he was like, yeah guys, we have vision, you don't have the backup, you're just bluffing.
Yeah, this was a bluff. But oh, the Lich eating here. What an arrow.
Well, this should be a kill. The Living Armor actually keeping him alive for the time being. Is there a mech? He activated his Chain Frost into the PKB. What was that idea? I mean, he had the Aegis, I think, but the Dragon Knight, well, no more targets to bounce to, and now faces Void, gonna lose his life on the top lane. So this must be GG. Death Prophet gonna get slowed down as well. Mystic Flare gets the kill. And well, Treant buys back, but what's the Treant gonna do here really?
Yeah, his Overgrowth is out as well. Like he pretty much used everything just for that DK kill, but he wasn't even close to dying. The Kunkka now going down directly at the face of the tier 4 towers. That means Rex and the mid are down, and now it is time to call GG. Now, like not in a million years this could be turnaround. Like a really nice play here by MV, I have to say. Execution was definitely nice, and 2K, their draft worked out if everything was really perfectly executed. Chrono, Chain Frost, Boat, everything on top. You need to perfectly stack everything, and that they failed to do. Absolutely. Like, I mean, you just saw it, that bottom engagement. Like, the Chain Frost and the Overgrowth used for a single DK who has BKB, and so many items that not even 3 of them could kill him. If they would have gone for all-out fight, 5 versus 5, with that Boat, Overgrowth, and Chrono and everything.
Ooh, Rhinoch one, going for the throw. No, doesn't even die in the base.
He's going for the throw directly in the fountain, killing the tree. So much to the throw. But either way, guys, that's it for game number 1. The whole thing is a 2-game series, so there is a chance for 2K to strike back, make it a 1-1, get it at least to a tie to get with 1 point home. But MV definitely looks like the stronger team here. We're gonna, of course, also keep that in mind for the later games. We're gonna castle them. So yeah, I'm actually impressed by MV, the Peruvians, because I know all the Americans, they say like, oh, fucking Peruvians, they're so bad and whatnot. No, like those Peruvians actually showed quite some nice team play, nice execution, and I'm looking forward to see it game number 2, which will, come up in just a second.
Hell yeah, it will. At least I hope there's not gonna be a forfeit or something. But guys, before game number 2, be sure to follow us if you liked us, and even if you didn't, you can still follow us if you want to, just to support us. And not only on this channel, also HeflaTV 2 and HeflaMoke, the English channels for us. A lot of the channels are actually simultaneously running when we have more casters and more action going on at the same time. And of course, check out our social media to know when we're going live, with what games and on what channels. HeflaTV on both Twitter, VK for the Russian viewers, Facebook, and our VODs, of course, always uploaded to youtube.com/HeflaMoke. but just a few songs as we go into game number 2.